Good morning. It's the really hard part. The first couple weeks where your body's still adjusting to its new sleep. So tired. But give it a couple minutes of pedaling, I'll perk up here a little bit. Sorry for you, it's too much. Tomorrow's the last day. My brother-in-law's in the country. And then today, I got to finish building a stage riser, which there's like hundreds of videos of like, because it's such like a heavy local production. It's such a common thing, and they want dads to be able to make it, so they make it super easy. And so I followed a couple different ones, and
An official said, "You're making decks?"
Kind of. It's a very similar process. It's yeah, it's just a modular deck, I guess. What's up, Bulk and good morning. I made one out of old
I'm
pallet
making
wood.
a deck for myself too.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I could make. I mean, I already have like a big back patio.
MTG cards, that is.
No. What kind of deck is it? What colors are you going with for your Magic deck?
Well, it's draft, so whatever is in the pack.
Oh, okay. In America, we call them like booster tournaments because they're booster packs. So like. I think I've done one time. And it's fun. It's, you know, everyone's at kind of a little disadvantage, except for one person, and that one person, if they have the skill to use it, will swipe through the tournament. Otherwise, it makes it really interesting. because that person gets knocked out in first round or something, or they just don't draw the card, or combo.
Yeah, I basically got pushed into limited formats.
Or you don't have enough land for a card that would be really good.
Otherwise you have to play Marvel and Spider-Man cards. Look.
Interesting. Oh man, Magic has gone so far away. You know, the crossover IPs, I guess they've been doing that since the early days, but it's kind of just like I wish there was a Magic. I think there is. But I remember being very turned off by the amount of in-app purchases, and they're trying to cheat like real Magic, but you don't actually own anything. I wish it was just like a Magic game with like Hearthstone, where all the cards are available. And you can unlock certain stuff. Well, I guess Hearthstone's not a good example, because Hearthstone is Children's Casino.
I mean, you still open pack in Hearthstone.
Yeah, that's true. Hearthstone, but free. I want access to all the cards. Or at least a way to unlock it through playing the game. Like tie your achievements to rare cards or something. I don't know. That way, any die-hard fans could get all the cards and start, you know. Then maybe after a couple of years, just have an unlocked version and start doing tournaments. It's kind of hard because there's just such an absurdly amount of cards. Maybe just start with the OGs.
It's possible to be free to play, but it's time consuming.
Yes, yeah. That makes it not feasible whatsoever.
I basically was there from the closed beta, and only by that I'm fine on cards.
Yeah, free to play means, hey, it's free. You don't have to pay like $20, $30, $40, $50. But you're gonna end up spending $1,000. It's like, great. I really believe it really should be, you know, that
Unfortunately for what see, Magic is sometimes one of the best games ever.
what's the not familiar. Something of the Cataclysm.
That's the Comapney maying it.
Oh, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, that's right. I honestly believe that a game with in-app purchases, if you go over the price of like a $60 game, then you own the rest of the DLC just automatically. Nothing should cost $1,000. There's nothing worth that. You don't own anything. And when the servers go down, you're going to be full of buyer's remorse. And it completely ruin yourself. if I ever do a documentary, it's going to be on the white whales of these mobile games that are kind of shit, but they just have one guy spending $10,000 a year, and that's keeping it going. Or more. I really wonder how much some people sink into this. Like they just get so addicted that it completely ruins their life. It's gotten so bad that, you know, the fake ads for those games are usually for something that turns into or drives you to an existing
Concept of value in games is somewhat contentious topic.
I mean, I just want to show people, like, I think a lot of people don't even, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not buying any Fortnite bucks. But I think they need to see the human misery it's causing. It's like, who in the hell would sell their house to get these bucks? I feel like there's no empathy for those kind of people, but I feel like we'd be surprised. And how do you sleep at night? Working for one of these companies that, when you know you're taking that much, I guess you just assume they're like, this person has to be rich. They've got to be rich, and we found our angel investor. That's the only way you could do it without feeling bad. But I bet it is someone bleeding all of their friends and family dry. At least for some of them. I remember when Farmville was first out, and Michael Jordan was like, yeah, I spent probably like $10,000 on it overall. And he's like, no, probably just last month. Upgrading my farm. And it's like $10,000 on Farmville. What the fuck? And then I hate the currency exchange where you're changing it to the in-app currency, so you have no real idea how much you're spending or have. Just everything evil in the world, I feel like, wrapped up economically in a cute little bow. And I feel like a big chunk of their user base is children. Yeah, they might be asking their parents, but sometimes they're not. Like a lot of these, like I think Jack Black had an interview where his kids were buying Roblox, and he looked at his statement, and it was like $1,000, and he had to have a talk. He's like, oh shit. You know, money has value. You know, he's not refunding that $1,000. How many kids are taking their parents' credit cards? And they don't even know because they're just not like that good at keeping an eye on their finances. Just why would they need to be? They never have for the rest of their life. But now, these games have turned the children into starved, craved maniacs that need.
Okay, kids. Spending $1,000 on the Kung Fu Panda gacha is not skittish, okay?
Yeah, that too. Gacha games have gotten out of control. Out of any. And those toys in every arcade gacha machine, or, you know, they're worth cents. They are raking us over the coals. I'm like, yeah, you might spend $15, $20 trying to get the one you want, but I guarantee you could go on Alibaba and buy 1,000 of them for that same $20 you just spent. Like, they are so cheap. mass market. They're just like barely shaped. And I got the embroidery machine of a Pikachu. And you're like, that's close enough looking to Pikachu. I'll buy it. Or I'll attempt to win it. And it's just win rates and magnetic strength. So if the machine is like not set properly, it might be the win rate might be set so low, or the magnetic thing might be set so wonky that you just can't win some of the prizes in the machine. So you'll see someone win a small item, and you're like, okay. But then, you could also set the grip strength. So they may make it just easy enough to pick up a little thing, and impossible to pick up the PS5 or whatever else would be in the machine, even if it's on like a little plastic placard with a little hook on it. I've seen those. I'm like, that's not even the thing. And then there's stories of people winning and then go, oh, the machine was broken.
And then they made them digital.
We're not going to give you the thing.
Huge rack base into it.
Yeah. Oh my God. My mom plays virtual slots. Like that and solitaire. She plays. I would love to, she switches apps sometimes to find her favorite one. But I would love to see her Steam time played, if she was using Steam. How many hours? I mean, over her lifetime, it's got to be over 10K hours, right? I mean, she's just every day, all the time playing it. When she crashes for the day, okay, let's think. She's usually settled in, not traveling anywhere. By like 5, she goes to bed at like 9. So that's 4 good hours of solitaire. 4 times 360. She doesn't play on holidays. So we'll take out 5. 4 times 360. Uh, 138. Hold on. Did I do that right? I gotta. $1,440. Okay, now times that by when did the iPad get released? It's been out for at least 20 years, right? And my mom's a late adapter, so let's say 15. 21,600 hours. All right, let's divide that. Divide by 24. 900 days. Two and a half years of her life. Holy shit. At least she's not playing real slots. I guess there's people that play real slots and just blow through all their savings hoping that they can win $1 million when they had like enough to live comfortably for the rest of their life. But the greed just got to them. I mean, the return on a high yield savings account compared to you burning it at a slot machine. Ugh. Even and my mom's like, I'm good. I only play the quarter slots maximum. I play the nickel. Like she really just likes to see the lights and the numbers. But I guess the solitaire game she plays, it tells you like if you're the high score for the day or the hour, which is kind of cool. Because she gets up there. And even though it's not, it's like single player. But that adds a fun competitive element to it, something that's solo. It's like, where are you in the world ranking right now? Of all the people playing this in the world, you're like in the top 10. And she sent just a sort of accomplishment. And that's kind of cool. But I do wonder if it's like, you're one of 10 old people playing this right now. No young people are playing solitaire at this time of day. I don't think I've played solitaire since, Microsoft Solitaire. When it was like the only thing on the school computers that wasn't locked down. I kind of feel bad for kids now. Because, the library, adults didn't know how to lock this shit down. They didn't even think security was a thing. But now, I guess everybody's got iPads, and those could be super locked down. Or if one kid figures out how to put Minecraft on it, then they shut that shit down immediately. But when I was going to school, it was the Wild West, and we had Unreal Tournament on the shared drive. And so you can install it in like 5 minutes and then be in a game. Just whoever else was on the network. Didn't have outside internet, which also made it more fun because you were just playing with everybody in the library that day. Man, I never knew who put that on there, but I would like to shake their hand. I wonder if it was another teacher. Well, it was probably a kid. I kind of miss that form of socialization. Maybe there's internet cafes and stuff, but man, they charge a lot because it's usually not a mid PC. It's usually high end, top of the line for whatever reason, and they charge like $30-$40 a day. I'm like, I can't be spending that kind of money. I just want to go in, play some old school LAN games, because I get my ass kicked online. That's too random. But when you're in the same room as someone, you could be like, who is Sephiroth69? And he goes, that's me, man. And even if he's whooping your ass, you could be like, okay, man, you gotta tell me what are you doing? And then maybe you learn and play better. And you get to become friends. And you keep playing over the weekends. That just doesn't happen with Anonymous. With a regular pickup group online. It's almost like sitting in traffic playing online now. You're never gonna see any of these people ever again. And some of these people will make you the maddest you've ever been in your entire life. That just doesn't happen with, in-person stuff. Well, maybe sometimes. If you have a bitter rival, I would say the chances are much lower, though. I would say the chances are way higher that you'd actually make a friend. I guess you just can't make money off that. If you made it affordable, like if you had a $5 all play, but then some kid would just get a virus on your computer. Even though the computer is super locked down and they can't install anything, somehow still get a virus on it. And also, I wish at some of these like game shops that have like tabletop, this sound really mean, but I wish there was a stinkometer. Man, you cannot come into the building unless you take a shower right now. When is the last time you showered? Why are you neglecting yourself so much? You didn't have time to play a shower before the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament? Come on. What the? It takes like 10 minutes. You don't have 10 minutes in your day to take a shower? Not gonna lie though, I was that kid. I felt like I didn't have that much time. I want to spend every waking moment playing MMOs. But I stayed inside, which I kind of regret.
I think they banned some Yu-Gi-Oh players over stink in Japan.
Rightfully so. It's a very easy fix. Take a shower, come back. It's not a permanent ban. You just cannot ruin the experience for everyone. It takes literally no time at all. How do you take a shower? Do you think there's only cold water in the shower and you've been taking cold water showers and that's why you don't like to take showers? You can turn the dial. You can find the temperature of your liking. If that doesn't work, your shower is broken. I kind of fantasize about building like a cottage in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, just like in the wilderness. I don't think I would like it though. I think I'd like the act of building it, but maybe it's too remote. I'd have to I have like a group of people I like first. I have to find a town where it's like I feel like I'm home, and like everybody knows everybody. You know, they say that about like rural communities, but Does everybody know everybody? Or do you know the, you know, like 10 names and you feel like you know everybody? I don't know. But then, people grow old, move away, die. Then I'd be alone in a remote. Like they had those dollar houses in Italy because they're like, please, somebody young move into this town, or this town is literally going to be nobody. Because everybody at the average age is 70. It's really sad. It's like there's just no opportunity. Everyone who was worth a damn moved away to the bigger city, bigger and bigger, or they moved out of the country. I don't know. I think I'll be in the suburbs for the rest of my life. It's just the perfect in between. Like people are far enough away and they kind of leave you alone. And it's also not an hour to get to something fun. I'm in like a really good spot in Southeast Michigan where it's like I can get to any of the major highways pretty quickly and then be off on my way. It's like an immense amount of freedom, it feels like. That if I'm like an hour in any other directions, I'm then far away from one of them, and then I feel a little bit restricted. But the ability to go anywhere really quickly feels good. It means when I'm planning a trip, I actually take the trip instead of like, nah, I'm not driving an hour there and then plus.
Aren't suburbs made just pro cars?
Yeah, that sucks though. Yeah. That I do not like. And we will never have. America's just so damn big. Like, we will never have rail like Japan or nothing. Because, one, there's just too much change in terrain. Like, it would be prohibitively expensive to build trains, like, especially in the middle, like through the Appalachians or through the Ozarks. That's just never going to happen. We might have regional transit. I would love if like Chicago, Detroit, New York, DC, Boston. That's all I need. If that had like really good public transit. But then even so, in between is a lot of nothing. It is really, really far. And who's going to pay for that? Nobody. So it's just not going to exist. Maybe Detroit to Ann Arbor. So like University of Michigan. They've been talking about making that better. Just not enough money behind it though. We're not mega cities. I could hope and pray, but I realize that it's never going to happen. No, I think They can't wait for autonomous cars. And you know what? Neither can I. I would rather submit, I've seen such terrible, terrible drivers. You get the neck down, people right in their phone with huge work trucks or semis. And you're like, that is so dangerous. Yes, I trust a robot that has all its sensors regularly maintained. But then again, that maybe I'm a little bit on the fence, a little bit reserved, knowing that someone put one of those warning signs. The guys that are like the yellow plastic signs that are like this. It looks like a little kid. And for some reason, like hundreds of Waymos a day were going through this one cul-de-sac, and they were just like in a waiting state. So they would just circle this one cul-de-sac. So that she put out a sign right in the middle of the road, right before the entrance to the cul-de-sac, and all the Waymos got stuck and like blocked off the road, and they were trying to like turn around. I was like, that's so funny. But what a weird thing. Yeah. Where do the cars go when they're not driving? I don't think that's been figured out yet. Which is scary that autonomous vehicles are on the road already, but they don't know. I guess you figure it out, but really, we're the beta experiments for this new technology. People are gonna die to figure it out in the wild. What a strange world we live in. I think if it makes buses more reliable, because I feel like that is the biggest thing of why people don't take the buses. In Detroit, like in the suburbs, we have smart buses or whatever, Southern Michigan area regional transport or something. I guess those are pretty reliable, but sometimes it'll just blow past the stop. In Detroit, you're lucky if it shows up, and then what do you do? You're like, hey, I just moved to this area. I'm the only house on the street, and this bus does not stop here because it has had no reason to for many, many years. It's kind of scary. It's always been a dream of mine to sell my car, to have no cars. That's so much extra money in the bank. If I could sell my car, I'm paying bus fare, yes. Would that add up to a car payment, maintenance, gasoline, insurance? Damn, that is so much money. I've almost got my car paid off. Next January, or this January. That'll be a lot of money. Able to save. I live a pretty frugal lifestyle, I would say. I do a big trip once a year, if that.
Thankfully I never needed a car.
Uh, so jealous. What's the farthest you have to go? And how do you get there? You just like take a taxi or something? You just bike everywhere? I'll go to 45 minutes and then we'll end this and I'll stretch it out.
We got hover cars here on Glebe. Farthest would be the rings of Gluba, but for that you need a spaceship.
There you go. Man, can you imagine life when that's actually a thing? Oh my God. I gotta take a 3-day trip to Mars. And it's only for 1 day and then I gotta come back. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, they're opening up a new McDonald's on Mars. Mars McDonald's. Ugh, I have to go set up the restaurant because they can't be trusted. Those damn Mars heads. Remember when the longest you'd have to travel is maybe cross country?
We will for sure become a racist toward Martians.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading Matt Dinniman's Operation Bounce House. I was like, yeah, this sounds like it would happen. They're just declaring them all terrorists. And they're 3D printing mechs to go fight and take out the insurgents, and they're making like a, hey, you do your part. You know, pilot one of these mechs remotely. And, you know, wipe out the insurgents and you'll win money. That's like, yikes. And then they're all just like farmers. They're like, what the hell? And they gave them like an impossible task. It's like, yeah, all you got to do is go to this settlement to not be labeled as an insurgent. And it's like, oh, it's harvest season and it's impossibly far away. I'd have to drop everything I was doing and travel. And also, it was just like a commercial on the TV. What if I didn't watch TV? I didn't really pay attention to it. Probably should have made this more obvious, but they didn't want people to see it. So, anyway. Then you get infighting. Ah, such a good book. It's such a plausible future. And also, it feels a little bit like real life now. All right, 90 seconds. Then we'll stretch it out. And I'll get ready for the day. I gotta go do a mic check for our comedy show on Saturday. I am excited but nervous that nobody's gonna show up. But the show must go on. I have to just be positive until that actually happens.
What is there to check for a comedy gig? Yep, Mike is there.
Oh yeah, Mike check. Yep, Mike is here. He's still alive. Oh, Mike died before the show. Mike check failed. That's why we do a mic check. Make sure Mike doesn't die before the show. I feel like even doing the mic check, you're at least ruling some stuff out. It worked one time. You know, you don't want the the venue you're playing at to be a Faraday cage, and all audio equipment crinkles and pops within it. All right, stretching it out. Whoa. Oh yeah, this is the thing I live for. Just a good stretch. You know, I don't need to ride a bike to do stretches in the morning, but I guess I do at the same time. Oh, my neck always crinkles an unsettlingly amount when I do that. Yeah, I really want to get back to sumo. I've been staying in the group chat for the sumo club, and they always take pictures after all the tournaments and stuff. I'm like, damn. But now that I'm working a desk job, I guess it doesn't matter if I get injured. I do worry about the weight gain that'll happen if I get injured again. But last year I kept it pretty under wraps. I just didn't have the muscles. I lost all my muscles. But I prevented myself from not working out. I just find alternate things to do. Oh boy. All right. Thanks for watching, Bulk Bogan. Have a good rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Okay, last one of the week tomorrow. And then I'm gonna record the comedy show, and I'm sure I'll have like clips online and stuff. Uh, yeah, I guess the one thing for the comedy show is I haven't really got to any mics to try out material, so we'll see. It'll probably be a lot of crickets because I don't have a good set yet, but that's why I gotta keep doing it. So I'll make everyone else look better than me, which is what you want as a host anyway. So, all right, see you tomorrow. Peace.